Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in another Fortnite tips and tricks video for you guys. And in today's video, I have a building tips and tricks video for you guys, in which I'm going to show you guys how to build faster and as well how to win more build fights in Fortnite. And before we get into the video, I'm hosting a V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want to win a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you have to do is to drop a like on this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on my notifications, and leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. I will be choosing the winners in 2 days, and as well I will be doing all of my announcements and everything V-Buck giveaway winners on my Snapchat. So make sure you guys add me on Snap. It's gonna be Young Humor YT. Just type that in the search bar and it's gonna come up. So make sure you guys add me on Snapchat. And alright guys, let's go right to the video. So in this video, I'm gonna give you guys some tips and tricks to help you guys win more build fights. And in this video, I have a ton of gameplay, of which I'm playing Playground 1v1 build fights. And I think Playgrounds are really good for increasing how fast you build. And there's a few things I like about it and a few things that I don't like about it. And I'm gonna explain everything in this video. So to start off, when you're going for these build fights, there's a lot of different ways you can get high ground and different ways to turn around. And a really good way to turn around is just doing what I do here, just going to the top ramp and turn around. There is actually a faster way to do this, but honestly, if you don't take a lot of practice with it, it's not going to be as fast. And that's basically doing a double 90-degree turn. So you ramp up like you normally do, go to the left 90 degrees, and then you do the exact same thing another 90 degrees. And this is something, basically, if you guys really don't have this down very fast, it really isn't that much faster than doing the other way. So until you have this down, and until you guys practice this a lot, you're really not going to have it down too much. I can do a full guide on how to do it the fastest way possible. But the other thing you want to do is you want to make sure you have your pyramid editing down. That's a really important thing, being able to edit pyramids and just knowing where to place them. It's also another really important thing and something you will see a lot of players use in actual game and as well in build fights and Playground. So before we get into the build fights, I'm going to show you guys one really good example of why using the pyramids is very effective. And just give you guys an example for you guys who don't already know why you should use the pyramids. Say you two guys are building at each other, and the reason why you would want to put your pyramid is because once his pyramid is on top, you're not able to build it all and you can't pyramid them. So once you put your pyramid up, you're going to prevent the other player from throwing it up any ramps or just doing anything to prevent you from keep building. So that is why it is really important to use pyramids and get good at editing pyramids. It's going to save you a ton. It's going to allow you to get high ground. And for the people who don't use the pyramid, it's going to be very easy for someone to just ramp above me and just meet just look straight up, put a pyramid and trap them in there. But once, if they put up their pyramid, I'm not going to be able to trap them in my pyramid because it's just going to be edited and I'm not going to be able to put up mine. So those would probably be some of my main reasons for just trying to work on my pyramid editing, because I think it's really important in games and in Playgrounds to get high ground from someone. So here is the first build fight that I want to show you guys, and I have a ton of gameplay in this video to pretty much cover every single situation that you could possibly run into in Playgrounds. And a lot of this does apply in actual game too, but there's a few things in Playground that I would say are definitely aren't the same as actual game. And first of all, in Playgrounds is basically just trying to go for the high ground. That is the main objective. And you usually run into a lot of people that maybe you don't even know that get kind of salty when you shoot them down in Playgrounds. But in actual game, that's pretty much just how it works. You're gonna have people shooting you down constantly and just other things like that in general. But that's why I usually don't play Playgrounds a whole lot. But from time to time when I want to work at building, it's also a very good warm up for me. But honestly, when I need to work on building and work on speed of building, that's what I would recommend playing Playground for. I wouldn't recommend playing Playground just to try to improve your building when it comes to actual games, because it's a lot different. Because there's a lot of situations in here that I would normally just drop down and just try to get the shot off, or just do anything in general, just drop down and instead of challenging up. But in Playgrounds, you pretty much just have to challenge up no matter what. So it's very good practice for learning how to build fast. But being good at getting high ground doesn't always mean you're going to win the gunfight, because I've won so many gunfights where I did not have the high ground, but I just had the better shot, or maybe even just the better angle on the other player, so I was able to get the kill that way. So I didn't really have to worry about getting high ground. So high ground doesn't always matter every single time. High ground is also really important to have. That you always want to have good positioning, but at the same time, it's not everything. One thing that I like to do in games or even in Playgrounds is when someone has a good angle on me, see if they're like right above me, they're looking straight down on me, or maybe they're even just spraying on my wall, I always try to put as many layers between me and the other player as possible. So if the guy's above me spraying down at me, I always try to put my floor panel first and then put my roof. And for that reason is turbo building doesn't always work perfectly every single time, and you don't want to take any risk and you don't want to take any damage at all to the other player. So just using extra layers when you build is also very important, and it's really going to save you a ton from taking that extra damage that you don't want to take. So I think it's really important to try to take the least amount of damage possible every single gunfight. So just trying to put put as much space between you and the other player as possible is always the best idea, unless you have the really good shot on them. But if they have the better shot on you, then that's what I would always recommend, trying to have those extra layers, having the pyramid and the floor. And it can also do with walls and the stairs, just really depending on the situation, but there's a lot of different things that you can do in that aspect. So next, what I want to talk about is in build fights or any fight in general in Fortnite, you always want to make sure that you're going for the kill always, or just trying to look for shots. You don't want to just keep building just because. That's really important. That's a lot of things and a lot of mistakes that I've seen players make, is just they keep building and building. They don't ever try to really look for shots or take any shots. So always try to look for the shot no matter what, and that's the whole point of building in build battles, is just building the high enough just to get enough shot on them. And for this, you really don't have to worry about getting the biggest tag on them or going for even a headshot. I would always recommend just anything in general, or any shot that you could possibly take. I would always recommend taking it, even if you think you're going to miss it, and if you think just have a little bit of an opportunity to get a shot off, or just something to squeeze just right in there like I just did right there, just the slightest opportunity to get a shot in, definitely do that, because even right there, I think I hit him for 80 damage. So just being able to just go for shots every single time that you have a chance is really, really important, and you guys are going to win a lot more gunfights and gunfights in general in Fortnite if you guys do this. And you can also make opportunities in the form of edit plays or just different plays like that in general. I'm going to get into editing in a second. I have a few good edit plays I want to show you guys, but editing is a really another good way to get those shots off that you need. And the thing about editing, and when it comes to build fights, people are going to be going for the high ground quickly. So if you want to be able to get a good edit play or do a good amount of damage from an edit play, you have to be able to edit quickly. So that's something you guys definitely need to practice if you guys don't already. Just practicing editing fast, and I mess it up a ton. There's been a lot of opportunities where I've had a perfect shot on them, whether it be on my ramp or my floor or my pyramid, where if I could just got on the edit off, I would have had a good shot on them, and I would just miss the edit or just do something dumb and completely miss it. And of course, you're not going to be able to get it every single time, but once you've gotten pretty consistent with editing quickly, you can definitely use that to your advantage in build fights and just winning a lot more fights. So the edits that I use the most are typically the stairs. I use the floor panel and then the pyramid, but the pyramid really isn't for taking shots. It's kind of meant for protecting yourself and from getting high ground. But when it comes to taking shots, I use the stair edit and then I use the floor edit, probably the most out of any edit in the game. And the reason I use the floor edit, I use this probably, I would say the second most. I use the floor panel probably the most out of any edit in the game. But the stair edit is another really, really good edit that I can get a lot of kills with, because a lot of times if someone tries to put a cone over you, someone tries to trap you, a lot of times they're going to be under your stairs anyway. So if you can edit down quickly enough, you're going to catch them off guard and be able to get an easy couple tags on them and probably end up getting the kill on them. And for the stair edit to be effective, this is something that you want to do right away. The second you put the ramp above the other player, then that is when you want to edit, because if you wait a little bit, it's going to be predictable a little bit. So if you do it right away, a lot of times it's going to catch the other player off guard and they're not even going to be ready for it at all. So the other edit that I do a lot of the times as well in build fights, I do this probably more than any other edit, and that is the floor edit. I like this one the best, probably because I play on a 7/7 sensitivity, and going for any like longer motion edits, maybe like even with my wall edits or even my stair edits, I kind of have to move it from left to right, and since I'm playing on a 7/7, it really isn't that fast. But anything that is a one tap edit is definitely the move for me, because I only have to hit one of the squares. I don't have to drag it or move it anywhere, and with a slow sensitivity, it really doesn't matter too much, because that's the only thing I wish they would have added into the game was an editing sensitivity, because they made that sensitivity faster when you build, but once you edit, it's the normal sensitivity, and since I'm on a 7/7, it is kind of slow, I feel like. So of course, when you use the floor edit, you can just immediately place the floor and then edit and then try to take a shot, but another thing that you can do, it's kind of a little bit more risky, because if someone has traps, they can really just kill you instantly. But if you're really fast with it, it's honestly a pretty good way to do it. So maybe after you get a few tags off, you know they're pretty low in health and you just want to challenge right away, the best thing you can do is just throw it on the floor panel and then immediately edit and drop down. This is going to catch him off guard a lot of times. If you see someone place a floor right above you, a lot of times you're not going to expect them to drop right away. You're going to expect them to maybe edit and then try to take a shot. But if they drop right away, a lot of times you're not even going to expect it, because a lot of people don't do this. But honestly, if they're low on health, this is honestly a pretty good idea, just because you can catch them off guard and get a lot of quick shots that way. And you can also do the thing where you jump and then take a shot. This is also very effective as well. And you can also jump, take a shot, and then drop down. There's a lot of things you can do with this, and I would honestly recommend doing the pump when you do the things like this, because the pump pulls out faster than the attack. So I would also recommend using the pump in build fights. Here in this build fight is a really good example of using the stairs to be able to get a quick shot off, and the other player did not expect it at all. So here I'm building up, trying to go for high ground, trying to run on my ramp, but I got cucked by the wall. So I'm still building up, trying to get high ground. I see him below me. I go for the quick edit play. The other player wasn't ready for it at all, and I was able to get the kill right there. And here in this next build fight, it's kind of a similar situation where I go for another edit play. So as I'm building up, I have a little bit of a high ground, so I'm going to put my floor panel, put my stairs. I know the other players below me, so I'm going to try to edit down as quickly as I can, get a shot off, and then finish with the SMG. And alright guys, that's all for this video. Hope you guys liked this video, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a like on this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on my notifications, and as well, make sure to add my new Snapchat. And alright guys, I will see you in the next video.